Welcome to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats. The BIB Podcast is brought to you by the College of Southern Nevada's Small Business Entrepreneurship Development, powered by CSN Blackstone Launchpad. Are you ready to eat? Because this is where everybody eats. Welcome to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats, powered by the Blackstone Launchpad at the College of Southern Nevada. We are your hosts, Sean Torrey and Mr. Cordon Allen. The Don. What's up, sir?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well. Actually, it's busy today.
Yeah, today is a busy day for sure.
No cap. I'm tired. I'm tired.
I'm a bit tired myself.
I'm a bit tired. But what's the check? What's the fit check today? What you got? I see you got that nice sweater. That was
Flu Game 12s.
Okay.
Vintage Coogee sweater. Yes, this is real Coogee. This is not off-brand.
Okay.
Paid pretty penny for this sweater.
You say you paid a penny.
But
you ain't used the refund check, right? No.
Of course not. That's for school supplies.
That's right.
What you got on though?
Oh, well, you know, I got some Air Forces today. You know what I'm saying? Definitely compliment the fit. I got my tailor-made pants. And
what about the jacket though?
Oh, this is one of one.
Let's talk about this jacket though.
This is the Unconquerable. This is my brand.
Man.
You know, before I couldn't wear none of my own stuff on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Go get the merch.
Get the merch.
Unconquerable.
The Unconquerable. That's my brand.
Yes.
And you got yours coming soon, right?
Soon.
Coming back out.
In the works, for sure.
It's all in or nothing. Speaking of which, that's today's episode. Is called All In or Nothing with the special guest who is excited to discuss the importance of recruiting elite professionals, the diamonds in the rough. We're talking Aladdin.
Man.
Y'all didn't repeat the reference. Look at y'all. Y'all ain't one ready for us today. So our guest is an awarded, nationally recognized businesswoman who obtained a master's degree in human resource management by 22. Two twos. With three, she would have got the what is it, 222? That's luck or something?
It's like angel.
That's why that's little angel. That's what it is. That's why it happened in 22. And upon graduating, she grew her career in HR talent acquisitions, my apologies, with three of the world's largest gaming and hospitality corporations, from Michigan Ave in Chicago to the Las Vegas Strip. After 10 years, our guest embarked on her entrepreneurial journey and founded All In Recruiting and Talent Boutique in 2018, a certified woman in a Black-owned recruitment and staffing firm. Within 2 years of business, she earned a Fortune 100 clients and funding to scale the high-growth operations. All In Recruitment has earned capital backing from a multi-billion-dollar investment firm, Advantage Capital, as well as the Nevada-based CDFI Access Community Capital, placing her among the 2.3% of women who in the U.S. who obtain virtue capital.
Wow.
She bossing.
Big moves.
Big moves out here.
That's crazy.
Flexing on us. But Lord have mercy. She is also the winner of the 2023 Nevada Growth Grant. So huge salute to you, because we are sponsored by, we are powered by Blackstone Launchpad. And under Blackstone Launchpad, we're under actually SBED. And SBED has Nevada Growth. So huge shout out to Nevada Growth. Huge shout out to Eric Garner, who's actually the director for all of this, who makes this happen. Our guest is an investor in the local, national, and international startup community. Her company is socially conscious, uplifting professionals in career transitioning with workforce development programming and curating events for entrepreneurs to gain access to resources and capital. In 2021, Lauren created, I already said her name, but I didn't say her last name yet. Our guest, my apologies. She created Sharkish, a tech biz pitch contest that has now awarded over $25,000 to underrepresented founders locally and internationally. The success of the Sharkish has afforded her the opportunity to help create and invest in other organizations' pitch competitions, such as Founders Live LV and the Pink and Black Honors, the Honorable Pitch Contest, with more to come. Her company has recently been awarded a contract to hire, to hire the 2024 Super Bowl experience in Las Vegas. Drop one of Clues bombs. We ain't got that. Everybody in the place to be, from far and wide, the exceptional, the phenomenal, the radiant, the astounding Lauren Anderson. Come on. Woo! Did you like that introduction?
That was amazing.
Come on,
Yes, thank you so much.
We do what we can. We make
you
it.
kidding
Listen, you a
me?
superstar here, baby.
Man, I feel like it today.
How you
yeah.
feeling today?
I feel real good. I feel grateful to be here, man.
Come on.
Thanks
I'm
for
proud
coming
of
through.
you and what you guys are doing with this podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bringing heavy hitters on and
Hey.
giving us exposure so we can inspire and
Come on.
uplift other people. It's super dope.
That's the goal. That's the goal. I can't thank you enough for coming on to the show. I know you're a busy woman. I see you everywhere doing your thing as far as definitely helping those people out here who aren't seeing you, make them seen. You help them be visible, and I've seen that. So a huge salute to you. So let's jump right into it. The first segment is the blueprint. So with the blueprint, many people see the final draft of a building, right, or the final draft of what you've been working on. What is the blueprint for Ms. Lauren Anderson, and how did you get to all in recruiting?
Oh wow, it's a complicated question,
It
right?
is. But let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Where we at, girl?
so I guess it would start from the beginning, right? Everything that makes me who I am and what I've been able to do. So I was born in Gary, Indiana, the home of Michael Jackson.
What?
Raised in Bronx, New York, the home of hip hop,
Yep.
right? And educated in Chicago and Indianapolis, and really just had a laser focus. My blueprint has been tunnel vision. It's been very intentional. And, after graduating from grad school in Chicago and studying human resource management, I went straight into my career. I didn't do one of those things where, you get the degree and you go off into a completely separate thing. I went straight into it, did the internships, worked for free for a while, which is a super valuable thing, especially for students to understand. And got the experience, got a chance to work with some really great executives. And then from there, ended up working at other hotels in Chicago and HR, and moved to Vegas like 12 or 13 years ago now.
Oh, man.
It's a long time. I started here working at Caesars Entertainment in corporate HR, and then did that for a number of years and moved over to MGM Resorts International in corporate talent acquisition. And in 2017, I resigned and started my entrepreneurial journey from my luxury condo back then. And just really, like I said, laser focused, intentional about creating opportunities for diverse populations to be inclusive in organizations that are accepting and also have advancement opportunities, right, for people of color that historically they had not seen. And so we were able to just, pound at it with business development. Ended up attracting Microsoft as one of our first giant clients. Right. And from there, I leveraged it, and it's been going great ever since, yeah.
Talk
That's
that.
dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was actually the quickest I've seen someone beautifully paint
The whole picture.
like and
No,
it didn't,
for real,
didn't-
from
didn't
start to
drop
now.
No crumbs.
No,
No, well, thank you, man.
No,
Like
for
that's you hit it right on the nail because I think you really covered that. But one thing you didn't mention, that big leap of leaving corporate
yeah.
to fully going in entrepreneur. What was it in you to leave and to provide this service? Because what you've done is to provide. You made a selfless decision to leave something that was comfortable to make a service for others.
Oh, yeah.
Where did that passion come from?
You know what? I guess it's innate, right? And I also had a great role model growing up, which was my grandfather. So I got a chance to see the example of entrepreneurship. He was a construction mogul in Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
In fact, I just got a street named after him posthumously there, Carl Jones Way in Gary, Indiana. If you step on our block, let me know. Take a picture.
I gotta go out there, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Now, if I go out there, I gotta go, dog.
Yeah, take a picture, send it to me. And so, he was a great example. He helped us to start businesses. He helped us to pay our college bills, right? And just was a great role model. So I had the vision, right? And then the passion came from my work and understanding what the opportunities were, where some bigger corporations were, having some blind spots, right? And so the biggest part of, I think, entrepreneurship is being able to provide solutions, right? And so being able to hire faster, to provide better quality and diverse professionals, to make underrepresented groups seen in areas that they had not been seen. That's really what inspired me to take this path.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, thank you, man. That was a beautiful, beautiful way to kick us off for the blueprint. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being vulnerable for us, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this off to Cordon. It's time. We're gonna quiz you now.
All right.
Quiz.
Business on the fly. So we're going to ask you some either or questions. So you pick one or you can plead the fifth if you don't have an answer. But when you answer, just like explain why you chose what you chose.
Okay.
So the first question is IQ test or personality awareness?
I'm going to go with personality awareness.
Okay.
Just because IQ tests can be, well, we know research has proven that IQ tests can vary among different cultures and different groups. So sometimes they do have the ability to be a bit more discriminatory, right? So, like for example, there's a IQ test that quarterbacks in the football in football take. It starts with a W. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but there aren't many black quarterbacks that have passed that test, right? And so IQ tests, you know, you get into some fuzzy areas. Personality tests, I would definitely go that route.
Right.
It's a more inclusive approach, and you can get some key indicators as far as soft skills and how people relate to other people. So yeah, that's my answer on that. I
Gotcha.
hope that makes sense. And I'll have to find that name of the.
You gotta find figure it out with the IQ test.
The whisker.
For sure. All right, next one for me. Structured or unstructured interviews?
Structured interviews for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
For the sake of not having discriminatory practices.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with you.
So there's a science to it. You know, there are things that you shouldn't say that are illegal, right? And there are things that you know you shouldn't say because they can create bias in your interview processes. So definitely have a structured approach. Use a different methodology. There's, you know, the STAR method. There's all kinds of different methods that you can use, but I would certainly not suggest like on the fly.
Right.
You know what I mean? It'll get you in a lot of trouble.
Well, definitely.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Work sample test or job knowledge test?
Work samples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work samples are great ways to prove that you can actually do the job. So, for example, we have a client out in San Francisco. It's called Bitwise. They're actually the largest cryptocurrency asset manager in the country. And we just hired a fund operations manager for them. And so in order for her to get this job, you know, not only does she have to go through 5 different interviews, panel interviews, but she also has to do a work sample. So the work sample is basically like, you know, a very convoluted Excel spreadsheet that can prove that she knows how to manage these funds and, you know, execute the different tasks of the job. And so I found those to be, you know, pretty indicative of your capabilities.
So it's kind of like on-site training, but not really training, just like showing that you can already do the job.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it remotely,
Okay.
right? So someone can send you a work sample and say, you know, here's a case study, make that happen.
Got it.
For example, when I got hired back in the day at MGM, I had to do a work sample to get the job. It was a part of the interview process. So, like, you know,
I've done a work sample too.
like create a massive job fair, and what does that look like?
What does it look like a program, and how will you flow? What are your numbers? What's the budget? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It actually allows you to show how creative you are.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it makes you like, oh man, I would never have thought that.
Right.
Let me talk to that person.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Honestly, how I got a lot of jobs
And they're pretty fun too,
pretty fun.
actually. Yeah.
because I got to put one of them to fruition. So it was pretty dope.
That's good. That's good.
So then, integrity test or, how was it? Consciousness. Yeah, consciousness test.
I'll go with integrity.
Okay.
You always want, you know, someone who's truthful working with you, someone who is honest, and someone who's going to make the right decisions, you know, when under pressure. So integrity tests, yeah, for sure.
Integrity
Got you.
test. Okay.
Yeah.
So, peer ratings or reference checks?
Reference checks.
Reference checks,
Wow.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow, reference checks.
It's a part of the job process. Like, we need to know, how did your former employers feel about your work, right? How did your former colleagues feel about your collaboration and your, ability to be a good team member? So definitely reference checks.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, here's the last one. Human intelligence or AI-based screening process?
Can we mix in the both of them?
Yeah, you have to plead the fifth on that one, dog. If you talk both.
I'm going to go with human intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with human intelligence. Of course, AI is helpful in the
Right.
process, but at the end of the day, even though AI is becoming popular, you still need human intelligence to program AI, right? So we will always be first before the computer, before the robot. So human intelligence, for sure.
Got you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fun.
Well, nah,
Good
thank you.
test.
You see what I'm saying? You was like, oh, I was ready for this. Now, so then we're going to go into the legend. So the legend gives us more insight on you as a guest, right, and the details of what makes the industry work, right, for you. So, and particularly recruiting. So, what a recruiting business, a recruiting firm, what exactly does that mean for the audience who doesn't understand what recruiting firm is?
That's a good question. So it means different things for different types of recruiting firms, right? And so specifically for All in Recruiting and Talent Boutique, we're more of a search firm. And what that means is corporations come to us, they contract our company, and they say, we need to find a really talented, amazing program manager, right? Like, how do we get a Sean Torrey? We're in need of diverse professionals. We really want to have diverse perspectives in our boardroom. And so they'll reach out to us and, assign requisitions. And then we'll go out and we will search. We will target those people using our secret sauce of recruiting methods. And, we'll find them. And we'll typically do that in 7 days, sometimes even less. Yeah.
Okay. So like, how did you even really figure out that that's what you wanted to do, like as far as just recruiting? Because I had never heard of it before until I read your bio before.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, I was always, how do you even figure out that that's something that you want to do?
Yeah, so I studied human resource management, right? Okay. I got a associate's in sociology, bachelor's in human resource development, and then a master's in human resource management.
Okay. She's saying that she a beast, though.
Right. She got that paperwork.
She got that paperwork. And she got the experience. Go ahead.
Yeah, and put it together. And so as I did those internships out of grad school, I was able to learn about the industry. What are the different areas of human resources, right? Where there's benefits, there's compensation, there's talent management, there's employee relations, right? There are different aspects of HR that you can choose to go into. In my opinion, some more boring than the others, and also some less rewarding than the others, right? So, for example, if you were in employee relations, a lot of that has to do with the hiring and the firing, the mediation of possible union disagreements and things like that. From what I saw as I was working, it wasn't the fun stuff.
Right.
I didn't want security to walk me to the parking lot after someone got fired and, you've got to worry about your safety because you've completely taken the rug from up under their family. I didn't want that. So what I found was that in talent management or talent acquisition, which is recruiting, that you make people happy, right? You're offering them jobs, you're giving them money, you're advancing their careers. And that is going to be helpful for their family. It's going to be helpful for generational wealth. And it's going to be really, a gratifying type of career. So that's why I chose recruiting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's cool.
And it's crazy. You're reminding me of my days when I worked at UNR. I worked at Admissions and Records. So I'm like, the HR because Admissions and Records and HR work hand in hand together. But more importantly, there's a movie that George Clooney did years ago, and I forgot the movie, but he went around and flew everywhere, and they would hire him to fire people because they didn't want to do it. And I'm like, oh, dang, that is true. Like, I remember in the movie, unfortunately, someone committed suicide.
Because they got fired?
because they got fired. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Those
gotta be a
that
hard
is a
job.
real thing. It happens. You know what I'm saying? So, the question for you is, what's the impact you inspired to make with All In Recruiting?
Well, I think, so far we've made a ton of impact, which is fantastic, right? So not only have we been able to help diverse candidates to secure over $4 million in salaries with, okay, the snap right, yeah, with companies that are our clients, but we're helping these people to advance their careers, right? To start building generational wealth, to become leaders in organizations that probably haven't historically seen leaders like them.
Right.
So that in itself creates, role modeling for the next generation. It also helps with other job seekers that are like, should I go work for this company? Well, do they have executives that look like you? And if they do, then maybe this is a good shot that you can, earn your way to that spot one day. So there's impact in that. We've been able to create some workforce programming here locally in the community where we do like what we call the Elevate series. So in my office, we'll have workshops and talk about access to capital. We'll bring together, 50 or so entrepreneurs from different diverse ecosystems and expose them to each other and help them to do contracts and do business together. So we've seen some impact there. And then, of course, our Sharkish. The Sharkish has been fantastic,
Huge.
Yeah.
I love the Sharkies.
I love the Sharkish, too.
I'm glad. I remember when you reached out and you were like, "Hey, can you send folks?" I just sent that bad boy out.
Yeah.
I don't know if folks came, but I saw the back end. Like, oh man, damn, we need to get this. We need to make sure more people come
Right.
for the future because this is pretty dope.
Yeah, you're real good about that, though. I send something to you, and you're like, right now, posting.
I'm
Yeah.
posting. I'll email it. I'll get it out.
Yeah.
Now, and then because people ask me, and I'm just gonna direct them to you.
Yeah.
That's not hard for people to do. But no, my last question for you. Did you have another question for my last question to you? We have Blackstone students, right? Students who are CNSN students, UNLV students who are part of Blackstone, like Cordon here. What is a piece of advice you would give them as young entrepreneurs looking to really build their business, get their business out there, get the grinding? What is the piece of advice you would give them if you were your younger self?
I would tell them, hang around winners. Yeah, hang around winners. The group that you have now that you probably think is your friend and your immediate family group and et cetera, a lot of times they're not going to be able to give you the jewels that you need to go to the next level.
Right.
And so you need to hang out with people that are better than you. Even though that's uncomfortable for some people, right?
Right.
But
That's
if you
true,
can,
though.
if you can do it, it's the best way to go because they will be able to teach you from their own experiences,
Exactly.
and you'll be able to develop a mindset that's required for the journey. And you want to be around winners who think like winners, who do winner activities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when you are around them, you'll end up meeting more winners, and just by the nature of being in this group, you too shall become a winner. So I would just say,
That's
hang
the
around
real
winners.
right there.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
y'all didn't peep, that's the
Look
real.
at that.
That's the real. So thank you so much, Lauren, for being here with us. You gave us some great gems. I loved hearing your story. I feel the passion and love you have for this. And I pray that these lovely folks who watch the show feel the same. So with that, we're going to go ahead and go to our last segment, which is the happy hour, where we give a toast to you and to all of us for success. So we have this nice cup of ginger ale, and this
Ooh.
cup you get to keep. This is yours.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we're going to say, what's one great thing going on for you right now? And I pretty much said it earlier in your bio, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're going to say, yes, what's one good thing that's going on great for you?
So one of the best things that have happened so far, especially in Las Vegas for my company, is the Super Bowl
Super Bowl.
experience.
Yes.
How cool is that?
Super dope.
Like we're getting the Super Bowl in Vegas. That's an awesome blessing in itself.
I'm not going to the strip. I ain't
Oh yeah.
the traffic is terrible.
Well, you'll need security clearance to even get within like
see
a
that?
3-mile radius.
That's perfectly
anyway.
fine.
Crazy.
That's perfectly fine. Y'all
Yeah.
got that.
Yeah. But being able to get that contract through the Business Connect program has been extraordinary. And so now we've set out to hire 100 excellent, enthusiastic people in Vegas. So yeah, cheers to the Super Bowl coming up.
Nice.
About you, Cordon?
So today at the entrepreneur workshop, I met someone who's gonna teach me to screen print.
Yes, yes.
Very excited.
Shout out to my
that.
man Brandarius.
Shout out to Brandarius.
Yes.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to working with you, brother. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
I guess the one good thing for me is that I had a life opportunity to MC the Vice President Kamala Harris's event. That was pretty dope. I've MC'd a lot of events over the years, but to say you've done it for the first black vice president, not many can say it. But I can.
Amazing.
And listen, I had the Crown Rocket too. You know what I'm saying? Right before, I was trying to do swag surf, but they was they told me no. I was like, tough. But
Next time.
we had them singing though. I had them singing Candy Rain, all types of stuff.
Nice.
But
nice.
but toast to you all, toast to
Yes,
you, Lauren.
Cheers, guys.
Many success.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got a little. That's definitely ginger ale.
That ginger ale.
Man.
That's ginger ale. Anytime you sick, ginger ale.
Ginger ale. Anything wrong with you, drink ginger,
Ginger ale.
That's
if
a
you
fact.
didn't know that, you heard it here first.
That's a
So, Miss
fact.
Lauren, if you could look into that camera right there, bow, and tell people where they can find you.
Yes. So you can find us at all-inrecruiting.com. You can find us on Instagram at All In Recruiting. You can find me on LinkedIn, Lauren Anderson. You can follow me on Instagram. I mean, just Google me. I'm out there.
Find her. She's available. She's phenomenal. She's great. She donated to the Coyote Closet here when we had some clothes. I appreciate you for that. I never forgot that.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Lauren. We appreciate you. You are loved. You are appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Thank you, Cordon, as always. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the Bit Podcast, where everybody eats. We are your host, Sean Torrey and Cordon Allen, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much,
Peace.
ladies and gents. Peace. Wow.
Nice.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Look at her.
That was really good.